Hey friends, Mindy here. I have a flip through for you of my completed journal. This was the one that I created to go with Trusting a Good God. I have a process video for how I created the cover and the journal, so I will try to link that below along with a playlist of the process videos that I have for this one. So I'm just going to get started. I have created this with a binding that is called a twine binding, so your signatures can kind of pull out. So I divided it up basically into 4 signatures, and so yeah, I could pull them out while I was working. So I created just a paint background here with some Dina Wakley paints, and then just created my little intro page. This is the sticker that you get from the kit. I like to include those when I can. And this is day 1. Again, you know, like with all my journals, you'll find just a lot of pockets and tuck spots for things. This one, I created this background with the stickers from the digitals. I just printed those out on clear sticker paper and used them right on the journal paper that I had put in here. And then I have a quote, and then I wanted to create this little like clipboard effect for this. So I just took an X-Acto knife on this journaling card and cut the part of the clipboard so that I could tuck this in there. And then I have my actual little notes under there. And then I added just a little bit of acetate down here just in case it would fall out, which so far it stayed up in there. So, and then I created a little tab for this journaling card that has some more scripture on it. Day 2, I think this is one I have a process video for, but this is just a painted background, again, using those same Dina Wakley paints and one of my favorite stencils in the background. And I used one of the journaling cards to create a pocket for some of the scriptures here. And then these I just created like a little hinge so that you could open it up and the scripture is on the back. I did that with both of those. Day 3, originally I had created some pockets here, and then I ended up not using them that way, so that's fine. And this background is actually created with one of the digital papers that you could get that coordinate with the kit, and I actually printed that on clear sticker paper, and I just applied it all the way along there so you can kind of see. It's hard to see maybe, but there is like a design in that paper because I just printed it on clear sticker paper. And then I used some of the pieces from the kit to just create little pockets and tuck spots. This is one of those big medallions that I just glued down as a little tuck spot here in the corner, and I have all my notes and everything in there. Day 4, I wanted to use this music paper, and because it's quoted, it's talking about trusting the Lord, and so that song is kind of came to mind. And so what I did is I glued it down, and then but I didn't really want to cover it up, so I used a piece of vellum here and then just created a pocket so that all of my notes are in here. And then I just used the stamp set that came in the kit this month, which I absolutely love, and made a little title here. This is from the devotional, and then I have some notes on the back of that, and then one of the scriptures here. And I love that this month with the digital papers, they created like the title starters. So for each day of the devotional, they created the title in those digitals, and so that's what I used here, along with the big idea outlined stamp set for all of my page titles for this month. Day 5. This was one of those pages that didn't really go exactly as I had envisioned it, but that's okay. So I have like an embossed background. I don't know if you can really kind of see that, with sort of messy watercolor. And then I used some of the pieces from the kit. Again, I have a little tuck spot here. I created a little pocket down here with this journaling card that I have some notes on, and then I stuck the scriptures into the side of that. And I was just trying to add some interest down here to the bottom of that journaling card. Day 6, I created just a little band for my title here, because this title was just a little bit long to kind of include here. And then I have this scripture written out on one of the journaling cards and then just kind of tucked in behind it. And then I used the flashcard here to create a tuck spot for the actual journaling card, because a lot of times I will write the scriptures on the back of the cards, but some of them that are a little bit longer, I use the journaling cards for. This was a really simple page, so I just used the pattern paper that coordinated with the kit for the background. Here is another one where I used the clear sticker paper and the digital items, and I just put the medallions here on the back, and then I used the stamp set that you could get that coordinated with the kit that had the medallions, and I stamped this in just a gray, just to kind of fill in but not detract. I didn't want to make it too busy. And then on this little clipboard, I cut out the paper part of it, and then I have some notes underneath it where I just glued this down with, this is actually another journaling card glued down behind there. So I have the scripture and then some notes there, and then of course more scriptures over here in this little pocket that I created from these postage stamps. Day 8, I again just used, sorry for the noise, my husband's working. Anyway, I just used some paper here on the sides to create some more pockets, just kind of really kept this simple. Again, this is scrapbook paper, or, you know, the coordinating paper in the background. You can see this one's kind of like between the two signatures, but it still stays together. And then I just created the pockets, and I have my notes and flashcards in there. Day 9 is kind of a mixed media background. Here I have the painted background, I have some stenciling and some modeling paste on here, and then I went through and stamped, and then I created these medallions from a die set that I have just had in my stash for a long time. I think maybe this is a page I have a process video for. And then I just glued down, I made the medallions and then glued them on here. And then this is some fabric that I had. I just actually put the little sticker title right on there. And this time I actually cut out the number from this. I just stamped it on the pattern paper and then cut it out. So this is day 9. Day 10 is another really simple one. I have just stamped out the title on some of the pattern paper. And this one, I just kind of cut the pieces apart so that I could lay this out how I needed it to fit on my little section there. Don't be afraid to make, you know, these things your own. So I have my scripture here. Again, I just kind of used the little hinge thing so that I could do, so I could glue it down. You could use washi tape or clear sticker paper or whatever to glue it down. I just been doing this hinge on there because it just works really well. And another journaling card for some notes. This one had some information on there about in the devotional about how to cultivate trust, and I thought the points that Judy made were so good, so I wanted to make sure to have them listed out. So I just wrote them on this card, and then I have the scripture again tucked in this little pocket that I made. And day 11, again, I used a lot of the scrapbook paper. I keep calling it scrapbook paper. The pattern paper that goes with the kit. This is one of the journaling cards I just glued here. And then I have a bunch of the notes, the scriptures written out here. And then, I'm going to get that back in there. I also had a tag that I created. This was because I had some extra paint when I was doing some of those other pages, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I just put it on this tag, and then I turned that into an ephemera piece with some scripture and notes on there. So that's just going to tuck in here. And then this is from one of the bow clips. I just pulled it apart and then added it here to my little tag. Day 12, this again, super simple. These days were kind of coming at a time. I just really didn't have a lot of time to create super intricate things. And so I used the pattern paper here, and I have the flashcard here, but I actually have that verse written out on this because it was just a little bit longer again than what I could fit on there. And then this is a quote from the devotional. And then, of course, the ephemera pieces that coordinated with that. Day 13 as another one of those painted backgrounds, and then I added some stenciling over that. I actually used archival ink for that because sometimes distress ink doesn't really dry on on paint as quickly. So it's just easier to use the archival for me personally. And then I use the boho lash stencil that came out this month. And I took one of the die cut pieces here, and I added a little bit of gesso, watered down and mixed with also the Dina Wakley color sand, just to kind of mute this background so that I could stamp the number. And then I just filled it in with a Faber-Castell brush marker. And then I created a little pocket here, and then a pocket over here on the side for these verses, and then just a few of the little ephemera pieces over on the side. Really simple page. And then for day 14, the last day, another really simple day, I used one of the journaling cards so that I could create this title page. And then I made this into a pocket, and I actually used the pattern paper here to make this little tag. I've just felt like this would be a good background to write on. And there was a beautiful quote from Elizabeth Elliot in that on day 14 that I wanted to include. So I just used the pattern paper, and this is some more fabric from one of the bow clips, and just created my own little tag that I could use in there. And then I have my journaling card, and then some more of the flashcards with the scriptures on them, and then another one of the die cut pieces. So really simple page, but I really liked doing that with creating that tag there. So that is everything. I do have one extra page here. I actually think I may write out a prayer or anything, but even if I don't do anything to this one extra page isn't going to hurt my feelings. So I wanted to make sure I had enough room for all 14 days. So you can see it ended up pretty chunky, but it turned out okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to link this or feel free to leave them down below. I believe that this kit is actually still in stock. I will put my affiliate link down below, even though the new kit has just released. Sometimes you can get some of the older kits as well. This was a really good study. So I'll put my affiliate link down below. If you have any questions, like I said, leave them down in the comment section. If you like this video, I appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.